Sup everybody, man, it's your boy Mr. Dugas coming at y'all with another episode of Dropping Downs with Mr. Dugas. And today I'm going to go through the Philadelphia Eagles draft picks as well as the undrafted free agents that they have that I think got a chance to potentially make this team or at least the practice squad. But before I get into this video, man, for everyone, if you want to give me a follow on my social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, I'm going to have all that information down in the description box. May not always get a chance to respond to questions and comments on these videos. Feel free to DM me whenever I get a chance to. I'll get back at you. Come holler at your boy, yo. First, man, we all know with the 10th overall pick, we took Devontae Smith, wide receiver out of Alabama. We traded up with the Dallas Cowboys, gave up a third-round pick to go up and get him. I think we all love this pick for the most part. Heisman Trophy winner, very, very productive. The question is about his small frame. He's 166 pounds. But when you look at the fact that he dominated in the SEC against top-notch cornerbacks, when you consider the fact that if he was also on the gunner, he was a gunner on special teams early in his career. He also was a punt returner, so he's used to taking some pretty good physical shots. But his catch radius, his length, his athleticism, his speed, all that is unmatched. And I think also he's coming in with a little bit of chip on his shoulder, knowing that even a guy like his college teammate who was injured most of last year, Jalen Waddle, went ahead of him. So I absolutely love that pick. 37th pick, we took his teammate out of Alabama, Landon Dickerson. Look, I don't love the pick, but I don't hate the pick. I would have liked an Asante Samuel Jr. in this spot. I would have liked a J.O.K., the linebacker from Notre Dame, in this spot. But I get it. Jason Kelsey's getting a little older. This guy could also play guard. Brandon Brooks was out all of last year. Sam Malo missed some time last year. And he is, when healthy, he has buku ACL injuries and ankle injuries, which is a real concern. But when healthy, this guy is a dominant offensive lineman. He allowed 1 sack in his entire career. If you watch Alabama play, Mac Jones always had time to throw, especially, in the interior of the offensive line. So I don't love the pick, but I understand the pick. He's a guy that when Kelsey retires or whatever, he's our center of the future. So, that's that for that. The 73rd pick, we took Milton Williams out of Louisiana Tech. I didn't really like this pick too much. Not to say that he can't play, not to say that he don't have some athletic ability, but I felt like we could have went other places, man. Paul Adebo was the guy that I wanted, the cornerback out of Stanford, who was up at the time. Went like a couple of picks to the Saints right after us. He was somebody I wanted in this spot. If you wanted to go D-line, you could have went Ronnie Perkins, a defensive end from Oklahoma, who I think is could be a very productive player. Also, a guy that I really would have liked in this position was Hunter Long, the tight end from Boston College. If we're truly, though we haven't done it yet, if we're truly moving on from Zach Ertz, why not get a guy, a polished pass-catching tight end, like a Hunter Long? Now, I get it. We're going from Dougie P's system to Nick Sirianni's system, which it's got some similarities, but I understand we may not run as much 12 personnel in this system as we did in the last. But at the same time, Dallas guy that hasn't proven yet that he could be a 16-week, consistent, stay durable tight end. He missed games last year due to ankle injury. And you don't have Zach Ertz there no more, potentially, if we do move on from him. So I would have liked Hunter Long in that spot as well. But we'll see. Hopefully it works out, man. He does have some athletic ability. I question, him against the run. Seems like he gets pancaked more times than not against the run. But he is, a pretty good pass rusher. So hopefully, by him being a third D tackle potentially, that we only use him probably for pass rush situations. The 123rd pick, we took Zach McPherson. I'm okay with this pick. A solid corner. He's solid. He's not small, but he's not overly big neither. He does have some athleticism. He can play inside. He can play outside. Worst case scenario, he could definitely help us on special teams because he's blocked kicks. He's even returned a kick for a touchdown. The cornerback position is very thin right now. You have Darius Slay, Avonte Maddox, who we don't love, you know. That's why I said I would have liked Asante Samuel Jr. I would have preferred in the second round, though I know he's a little shorter also. Or Paul Adibzo, however you say his name, in the third round from Stanford. I felt like we didn't look too much in the corner as much as we did. But overall, I think this guy will be okay with good coaching. We do got a different coaching staff, so hopefully it works out. He has athletic traits that if he puts it all together, he could get on the field as a rookie, yo. The 150th pick is, honestly, with the exception of Devontae Smith, is my favorite pick of the draft. I think we hit a grand slam with this pick. Kenneth Gainwell, the running back from Memphis. This guy is the perfect complement to Miles Sanders. Third down back, I mean, you watch him play, he catches the ball like a wide receiver. He runs routes like a wide receiver. He also has the explosiveness to break long runs. He has great balance, kind of like similar to, like, not saying he's this player, but just his athletic physical traits. He has balance like an Alvin Kamara when you watch him, the way he catches the ball fluently, the balance that he has, he takes contact and keeps going. Was a big integral part of Memphis' run to the Cotton Bowl, you know, a couple of years ago. And if you look at it, he even got a play out there where in pass protection, Michael Parsons, the 12th overall pick by the Dallas Cowboys, he stepped up, and when he chipped him, he put him on the ground. So he has some physicality with him. I absolutely love this pick. I think Howie did a great job with this pick. Some people had him as the third, fourth best back in the entire draft. And we get this guy in the fifth round, man. Why he fell to the fifth, I don't know. Maybe people forgot about him because he opted out last year, which I think is great because that's a year with less wear and tear on his body. I love this pick. I think this is besides Devontae Smith, this is my favorite pick of the draft. Great job, Howard, for this one, man. Kenny Gainwell. With the 191st pick, we took Taron Jackson, defensive tackle from Coastal Carolina. I like his traits. Edge rusher, got some good explosiveness. Did a really good job, man. Didn't play the greatest of competition, but I think he's somebody that could come in as a rotational pass rusher and get after the quarterback, yo. So I really like him, as an experimental project to be a third, potentially fourth defensive end in a rotation. Somebody I forgot to mention, man. I apologize. I forgot to write his name down. The defensive tackle from USC, Tolofo, or however you say his name. I actually like that pick also. He's not a guy that's going to come in and be a pass rusher, but he could be a dominant run defender. When you watch his highlights in the Pac-12, man, he really, really stuffed the run. Like, to say he was well over 300 pounds, he got in the backfield consistently against the run. Like I said, you can't expect much from him as a pass rusher, but I think as a first and second down rotational D tackle or third and short situations, he could come in and give us a good spot. Which is why I don't love the Milton Williams pick. If we're going to go, I didn't think we should get two D tackles in this draft. You have your starters in Fletcher Cox and Javon Hargrave. I get it. You want to have depth across the defensive line, and that's something Howie loves to do. But in this situation, look, man, we're thin at corner, we're thin at linebacker, we're thin at certain other positions. We're going to be thin at tight end if we move on from Zach Ertz, unless we trade him for another tight end. So, but to Lofo, the guy from USC, apologize, I forgot to write him down, forgot exactly what number pick he was. I think he went right before Taron Jackson. But I actually like that pick for him as far as being a rotational D tackle to play against the run. Because you got Fletcher Cox, you got, Javon Hargraves for passing situations. But, they want to be deep on the D-line, which, if everything else works out, is not bad. But I prefer other people with that other pick. But I like that pick. Another pick that I'm very interested about personally also, as well as for the team, is With the 224th pick, we took Jacoby Stevens, safety out of LSU. Now, obviously, by me being an LSU guy, I know this guy very well as far as how he plays. The potential is there. I think he has a chance to get on the field as a rookie, similar to like when we took Jalen Mills, in the 7th round back in the day out of LSU. Jacoby Stevens came in as a 5-star recruit. First year, LSU was deep at safety. You know, you got guys like Jamal Adams and Grant Delpit and all them, so they didn't really have a place for him. He played a little bit of offense. Then when he came into his safety role, he had really good production the national championship year. The production slid a little bit last year because he was asked to be more of a deep safety. But when you look at his body type, he's more of a linebacker / in the box safety. So I think that's where we're going to use him more, as a linebacker in the box safety. As long as he could cover. If you look at the highlights a couple of years ago when LSU played Florida at home, he did a great job covering Kyle Pitts in the box. So if you put him as a box safety linebacker, I think you get great production out of him. With the 234th pick, the last draft pick, we took Patrick Johnson, defensive end / linebacker out of Tulane. Look, I love his motor. He's a guy that knows how to get after the quarterback, got a lot of sack production in his career. What I worry about is he's small and we don't necessarily run a... He would be good if we ran a 3-4, be an outside pass rusher. I don't really know where we're going to play him because he's small. Maybe we put him in some type of package where we have him lining outside of the defense, where we use a 3-4 alignment and let him go get the quarterback. Or maybe he's just here to be a special teams guy or a camp body or whatever. I think for him, if he was in a different scheme, he would have a better chance, but I don't know how he'll do with us, considering it's a very productive player. I just don't know if the fit is there. And this occurred to all the undrafted free agents were Jamie Newman, Trevon Grimes, Jamon Osmond, Jack Stahl, Harry Crider, Jaquan Bailey, and Kayode Owasku. It's 3 of these guys that I think have a chance to make this roster. Jamie Newman, quarterback, Wake Forest / Georgia, has a chance to be the 3rd quarterback. A lot of great physical attributes. I think him opting out might have hurt him because he could have been a high draft pick and he went to be undrafted. He needs a lot more work as far as intermediate short throws, got a big arm, and is athletic. Good camp body for the quarterback factory. I love Trevon Grimes out of Florida. I think he has a chance to make this team. To not big, physical, 6'4", runs a 4.48. Look at his highlight tape in the SEC championship game against Alabama. He made some great catches on Patrick Surtain. And Jaquan Bailey is a defensive end that I think, if he has a really good camp, he could make this team as a potential pass rusher. Big, athletic, strong guy. I like him a lot out of Iowa State. But with that being said, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Hit the like button for your boy. Give me a subscribe. I have Philadelphia Eagles and NFL content throughout the year. Stay tuned to the channel. I got a lot of things with softball this week, so I'm not sure yet when I'm going to do the live Q&A, but just stay tuned to the channel. I'll post and let everybody know. But come on there, ask me anything, tell me anything. I'll answer your questions, respond to your comments, and give you a shout out on the live. Y'all should join me. It'll be some good stuff. Until then, y'all have a blessed one. Fly, Eagles, fly.